inextricable power.
The power to sway the mind and soul.
And to watch with the incarnate itself for its own machinations.
Words, the tempered blade of tongue. A person's lost words can bear meaning beyond our comprehension.
The final sword swung, the last arrow dropped.
A scream into the unknown. A plea to the heavens.
I would choose to make sweet, sweet departure. What are our last words but the concluding sentence to a story?
Embark with us, if you will, as we endeavour forwards.
To discover the true meaning of words and the stories they build.
And as you stare into the void, don't be afraid to ask. Nec Ultima Verba.
Nec Ultima Verba.
Nec Ultima Verba.
Nec Ultima Verba. Any last words?
We've heard, your flows, your beats, they're really incredible, especially at such a young age. So I guess we're just wondering, what exactly or who has inspired you?
My new album, Why, just came out a month ago.
It's okay, you're relatively tall compared to a biblical individual of like many decades ago.
Well, that's a relief.
Because people always talk about, this album going on Soundcloud or iTunes, Apple Music and stuff. Yeah, we just two young kids just digging through records like, oh, this David Bowie record.
So your music, what kind of stuff do you do? What's your music about? What are you into?
This is like a gift and a curse. The end's the best. Those are my last words.
Hello and welcome to what is technically the second episode of Any Last Podcast.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Supposedly.
Allegedly. We're recording this one before the actual pilot itself, so technically this is the first recording, but it's
Yes.
going to be the second overall episode.
That
So
is true.
fingers crossed.
To everyone, hopefully you enjoyed our first episode. Thank you for
Yes.
coming back.
Hopefully it's good. You tell us. Tell us down in the comments below. How did the first episode go? Did you like it?
Please do, please do.
Yeah, let us know so that when we go record it, it'll turn out spicy. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely great.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Jesus Christ.
Hey guys, sorry again. I know I'm late again. I got my head stuck in my t-shirt. Whole thing. I won't go into it now. I'm here though.
The old t-shirt excuse.
Yeah. This is the third time this week you've gotten your head stuck in a t-shirt. Like, go up a size maybe, It might be time.
I'm trying to make my body look good.
I mean, aren't we all? But like, it's a bit late for that, Like, we're in summer now. You're meant to get your summer bod during spring,
Is that how it works?
That's how it works. Yeah, spring's when it's bearable to like do exercise.
Damn.
Kind of.
You're
The
right.
more you
you're
know.
right.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
more you
Wait for the New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everyone else.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm.
That's
what I'm
fair.
waiting for.
But no one follows New Year's resolutions.
No.
They really don't.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we've been ignoring the poor bastard. But
Yes, we have. Let's make him feel welcome.
We've got ourselves a special guest starring with us today. We've got Denuwan Panapiti, aka Denuwan.
Microphone check, 1, 2, mic check. What's happening?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Very nice.
Denuwan.
So what's up? The notorious DN.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a cool place in here.
I know.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
We rented out the whole building.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is like death row. You just rent out the whole studio.
I know.
Tupac be rocking.
Yes,
On
sir.
the
Yes,
second
sir.
floor,
Yeah, man.
Well, we are very happy to be having you with us today. So just to
Appreciate
start
you.
off, just ask some general introduction questions. So I guess, who are you, Denuwan? Who are you?
My name is Denuwan Panapiti.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it. I like
It's
it.
like-
Short and
yeah,
simple,
it works,
we love
exactly.
that.
There's nothing else to it. The name says it. It's on the badge. Says what it says on the
And
box.
I'm 18 years old, born August 26, 2002, born in Liverpool, just like everyone else.
Ah,
Everyone else in the world.
yeah, the whole world. Born in Liverpool.
Well, I think so. I think so.
Probably.
Well, my friends are. My family.
Yeah,
All good, man. All good.
We love it. We love it. So you are a locally grown artist. So please tell us a little bit about your music, or
Say
you
grown
know.
as if he came out of the ground.
Of course, of
There's a
course.
field of artists out there just waiting to come out.
Oh, it's a very fertile area we got here. So
That's what she
please.
said.
That's
tell
what
us.
she
ground.
said. Yeah.
Yikes! All right.
I'm breaking the grounds.
Sorry, everyone.
I'm
Please.
breaking the
excuse
grounds
that.
as I rise and as I'm making music. I'm breaking the grounds.
Hey,
love
that's
it.
it.
Lovely.
We love it. We love
Yeah.
it. So so your music. What kind of stuff do you do? What's your music about? What are you into?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a rapper, primarily rapper producer.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I've been rapping since I was like very young age, 8 years old.
Wow.
Just rapping for fun, just freestyling. I never really took it seriously though until not that long ago actually. When I want to say year 9 when I did music collective.
Yes.
Nice.
You were in there too, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
we were in the same class, hey.
yeah. And at that point, I was like, I think I can really do this rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, ever since then, just making music ever since.
Mm,
You know.
for sure.
As you do. Yeah, absolute spice. And more recently, obviously it's been taking off. You've got products out there.
Yeah,
And
Right. By the way, my new album, Wyatt,
Yeah,
just came out a month ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
sir.
Right after the formal.
Yes.
Hey.
Right after the formal.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, came out the formal.
Right when everyone's looking for that
It's out
nostalgia.
now on
Yeah.
SoundCloud. Just type my first name, Denuwan. It'll be the first thing up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's going great though. I'm actually surprised about the numbers and how it's going. Like people actually liking
Yeah,
it.
like
we
people are
checked
paying
it.
attention.
Yeah.
So,
It sounds really damn good.
Honestly,
Yeah.
absolute spice. And
Yeah.
obviously, links to all that shit will be down in the below when it comes to
Of
YouTube
course,
names.
of course.
Indeed.
And if you're not listening on YouTube, that's an excuse for you to go listen to this again on YouTube, where you can access the links to Denuwan's shit.
If you ain't listening to it, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
You're missing out. That's
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
you're missing out.
Yes.
So yes, of course, we've all
Watch
heard
it.
a lot of your stuff. Got some great stuff going on, and for the viewers, if you have not, please
Thank you.
take your time to have a look. But so we've heard, your flows, your beats, they're really incredible, especially at such a young age.
Thank you.
So I guess we're just wondering, what exactly or who has inspired you throughout your musical journey, and
Yeah, where's the juice come from?
Did you?
Yeah.
Where did the spice come from?
Spice.
The spice, yeah. I got that from Calan, man.
Oh yes,
Oh,
of course, of
yeah.
course.
It's like that's spicy with you.
Okay.
I don't know. Growing up, I used to listen to radio. I listen to artists like we talking about hip hop. Those guys mainly like Kanye West, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Wu-Tang, all them. I just yeah, Wu-Tang, yeah. Yeah. You know the lyrics, yeah, man. But yeah, I just listened to those guys ever since, and then that kind of like inspired me to rap. Just appreciate the art and stuff, and then I guess I want to say I was maybe around about when I was in year 4 or 5. I started to just kind of extend my hip hop knowledge, trying to listen to different artists like Kendrick Lamar,
Oh
J.
wow,
Cole,
yeah.
and all the underground artists, and even in a wide range of music. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. That's one of my favorite albums. Aretha Franklin. Just listening to music really is just what inspires me. I'm like, I love making music.
Got a really broad taste. And,
Yeah, and just my love
exactly.
for it, for sure.
Get to know what's out there.
Yeah, and then and even people around me as well, my close friends, family. They actually recognize my potential. They're like, yo, you can actually do this as a career.
This shit's going places.
Especially my dad. Just last week, because this was a time where I was scared to get my HEC results.
Yeah, of course,
Initially.
of course.
But may I remind you, I did surprisingly well, so let's keep that in mind. I keep that in mind.
Better than that.
I hope everyone's proud. Just let me know. But yeah,
Of course.
But yeah, he told me yo, you can do this music. I think you can go pursue a career in music. Just trust your mind and your heart, and just trust what you can do. And what also inspires me to do my music and just continue creating is also my imagination. And the reason why I say that is because I grew up autistic. I deal with autism ever since a young age. And usually it sounds weird because I always have moments where I was like a shy kid, never really had friends growing up as well. So you have those feelings where you just talk to your imaginary friends. Yeah, you just talk to your imaginary friends just to feel like I feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Just dreaming about things, thinking man, I imagine if I grow up like this, blase, I could be a star, and that's basically my inspiration.
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
Well, it's
Oh,
great to
that's
say that you've
beautiful.
definitely
Yeah.
taken it as a blessing rather than a curse. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It definitely hasn't been, a detriment or hindrance
Yeah.
to you
Yeah.
by
Like,
any
it's done
means.
wonders with like your development. Isn't like a kid,
Yeah.
you just became such a beautiful creative mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course.
Yeah, evident in your
Undeniably.
new album, eh?
Yeah.
Buy
You
it
can
out on
feel that.
Spotify.
Yes, of course. So it's definitely taken you places, you would
Yeah,
say.
for
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
exactly.
Absolutely. And even one more thing, just like, cause as an artist, you're gonna deal with people you're gonna troll with you, and like you're gonna deal with a lot of
Yeah.
criticism. I usually use that as like inspiration.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Because
that's
I'm like,
it.
Yeah.
That's
because
great.
when I take that criticism, I'll be rapping at my best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
At
it.
the best.
That's
Preach.
Yeah.
really.
That's the
Love
type of
that.
mindset you need to
Yeah.
have when you're
Yeah.
a creative person.
And that's what I call the Kobe mentality.
Hey!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You going hard or go home?
Exactly.
that's it,
Take the
that's
shot or piss off.
Yeah, man.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, man. If you can't beat them, join them. You
Exactly.
can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from like a traditional standpoint, like, do you play instruments or do anything like that? Like, was there a gateway drug to get into
Gateway.
rapping?
Yeah, I was hooked on piano. That was like LSD to myself, It was running through my veins, Kind of messed up how my brain works. I've been moving quickly, But no, I started learning piano, I want to say, when I was like 11 or 12. I was learning by my sisters. My sisters
Yeah.
taught me. And I usually just watch them play because they'll usually play Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
The Diary of Alicia Keys. Yeah. I usually see them play, and and they teach me how to play. And then ever since then, I've just been improving ever since. I love playing piano.
Yeah.
I can play a little bit of guitar and drums as well.
Yeah.
Whoa, you got a
Wow.
musician.
Yeah. I think I mostly play bass guitar though, to be honest. Yeah.
Wow.
Bass
Yeah.
guitar.
Damn.
I got
Hell
fat
yeah.
fingers. I always figured.
Yeah.
I'd be bass
guitar.
man.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say you've been, brought up in that kind of musical family?
Not really. I mean,
Well, with
not
your sisters,
really.
maybe.
At least my sisters. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So it's really good that you have a really supportive family
Yeah.
environment.
For sure, for
Like,
sure.
That really would help you in,
Yeah.
developing your musical talent.
Yeah, like it's a foundation. Just not only both in like knowledge, like you knew music even at the time, but you also had people to like support you through that. Who knew what they were going
For
what
real.
you were
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that's real good. I like
Yeah.
that.
You just need some good energy around you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's it.
Yeah, and I'm blessed to have that with my family.
Yeah.
Cause,
Yeah. That's
Big
real
man.
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause as like a brown dude, people they'll because I was brown people, like Indian Sri Lankan people, parents would expect them to do something like medicine.
Yeah.
Like I
Come back when you're a
remember my older sister, like she did really well in HSC, right? Like she got a really good ATAR, and she wanted to do she wants to be like an engineer, biology engineer. Yeah, my mom really wanted her to do medicine, so she was upset. But I'm like, nah, man. So like I had the confidence to be like, mom, dad, I want to do music. That's really it is.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Funny story. Funny story. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I think this was like a couple days after my album dropped, right?
Yeah.
I went to basketball to play with my sisters and all that. They were bossing my album, and then I came back home, went to wash and stuff, and then I think my sister and my mom went to go somewhere. I don't remember where. And apparently, whilst my sister was driving, she played the album, and my mom didn't even recognize it. It was me. right.
Wow.
And she was but you know what's funny? They were on their way, and my mom was calling like a family friend, and like a family friend of mine, and then the person she was calling, right, like was talking about my albums, like my son heard your Molly's album, and he was like crazy about it. Did you know about this? And my mom's like, no, I didn't know about this. And then as soon as they were about to drive home, my sister was driving. She was like near home. She was almost at home. She was driving in it, and then she's like, so Amma, do you recognize who's rapping? Like right now, you know what I'm playing. You recognize who's rapping? And my mom's like, no. And my sister's like, think carefully. Think about it. And it's like, and my mom's like, oh my God, this is dope. And she didn't recognize. And then as soon as she came, she was just like, you got potential. I'm very proud. I'm like, who showed you this album? I'm
I
like,
showed this to you.
I'm like, I went to my sister like, So did you play the album to my? It's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
that really is.
It's crazy. Yeah. I love my mom. Yeah.
Aw.
Shout out to Den's mum.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Find all her,
Yeah.
her social media accounts down in the description below. She's
Yes,
also
sir.
on SoundCloud.
She's my A&R. She's my A&R. But no.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, like get into Wired real quick. Like you mentioned, like that's your latest work.
Yeah.
Like tell us about that. Like how was that going? How did that come forth?
All right. So this came about whilst I was making Notorious, the other album I dropped. Now I deleted that off SoundCloud. But I'll tell you why.
Fair enough, eh?
But now, I mean, I'm still proud of that album. I think that album's good because that album had Pippin and the joint I had with DBD. If y'all remember, yeah. I think I don't know if I sent it to the whole school. I don't know, but
They got it. They
I
got
think I
Last
did.
email.
It was because I dropped Pippin. Remember when I did my performance?
Yes.
Not the Champagne Day performance.
That was
yeah.
The makeup for that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was making Notorious, and then I decided I was thinking about maybe I should release 2 albums in 2020, even though it's probably not the best idea because I have HSC. I'm gonna be so stressed. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I was making Wild, and then I made a couple songs. And I was thinking of this idea, thinking like, you know what, Notorious is gonna be me just spinning like straight bars, but Wired is gonna be me spinning straight bars, but also gonna be, you know, a little bit of like a story, like a concept.
Of course.
It want to be
Yeah.
like I want that album to like fully show my evolution as an artist.
Exactly,
Right.
Yeah.
So I was working on a couple songs. I want to say the first song I did for that album was, I think it was Converge. The video.
Converge.
Yeah.
Yes,
I did
sir.
Converge. I'm like, all right, bet this is a cool idea. Because the whole idea of that song was about, you know, trying to think about my goals. You know,
Yeah.
Converge, getting from one place to another.
Yeah.
Think about
Like,
where I want to see myself in the future. So that's where it started. So I kind of planned out this concept. Be like, all right, this is like the first 4 tracks is going to be me just spinning straight bars, and then in the middle is going to be like the complication part where I deal with like my personal stuff, and then like at the end it's going to be like the resolution, like the redemption part.
Yeah.
Aspect, you know what I
got
mean?
the hero's journey going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I was just making songs, continuously, you know, and then I was just inspired, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But like, I actually wasn't planning on releasing Wide until Notorious dropped because I was like, all right, this is probably gonna be the last album I drop because I have to focus on HSC and stuff. So like, if I was to focus on music during HSC, it's gonna mess up my process a little bit. I won't be like fully focused as I want to be, right? So I did Wide. So I did Notorious, and I think by I dropped Notorious, I probably did like 50% of Wide, right? Yeah. So Notorious, I was so excited to drop it. I think it came out like at the beginning of this year, like January, early January. I came out, I was excited. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a great project. I think this is gonna be a lot of bangers. People gonna go crazy, you know. It's gonna do well. And then like as time went on, like the streams numbers, they weren't doing well. I'm like, are people not liking this album? I'm like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? Do you get the balls off to like print out the lyrics and just paste them on the bio? Oh man. But I was like, man, I'm like, no, I can't do this. But then what really inspired me to get back to working on Wired was because, you know, I think we can all relate, you know, during HSC it's a stressful time, you know, we don't want to be buried in stress, you know, we don't want to be like, you know, so I was just like, man, I don't want to be stressed. I need something that's gonna, you know, it's gonna cheer me up a little bit.
You need that outlet.
Yeah, you need that outlet, you know, just to look at the brighter things in life, you know, be a little optimistic, you know.
Of course.
So I was like, you know what? The only thing I could do is music. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't necessarily have the timetable. So there will be days like as soon as I come back from school, I'll do this subject, do the homework, study for this subject, buzz it, and then there will be like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock break, where I just do whatever and I just focus on music straight up. And then from then I was like, I'm locked in, focused, just working on the album. I'm like, and at that point I was like, yo, I really gotta make this like the best thing I dropped ever. You know what I mean?
100%.
So yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure like I put in like 100% effort, and like I just want to make sure like my hard work and dedication to this is really being put on with this album, and it can show. So like I spent hours making songs really, and there have been moments where I had to like cut songs off like continuously. Like I'll tell you, the first track, D in His Back, I did like six versions of that song. Cause like no, I don't feel this one. So I guess I can consider myself like a perfectionist. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
Usually.
respect your art.
Yeah. Because usually I'm the type of guy that that'll like test the waters and just experiment and see where things will go.
Yeah.
But then later on, like as time goes on, I was like, man, like nah, I'm not really feeling this.
This ain't it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just keep working on this album. But good thing I was able to like balance my focus on like HSC, studying, and then music. So then once I got that in, so it was all good. And then so I was able to just make songs. And even like through the holidays, like I was so excited for the holidays to come on, like school holidays. Even though that's why I didn't even attend any of the holiday classes. I was like, no man.
At least you had a reason. I just didn't.
Like I remember, my English teacher, Miss Clark, was like, "Yo, Denuwan, I'll do it." It's like, "Yo, Denuwan, do you want to come in for these holiday classes? To study the notion of like Billy Elliot." I'm like, "Yeah, man, for sure." And like technically, no one in my class was deciding to go to the holiday. It was really just. She was like she was just hoping that me, Alex Metrin, and Francis Del Castillo were gonna do it. Because Jonathan's also in my class. I don't know about Jonathan, maybe Jonathan as well. We were like the only three. She was just like, yeah. When she said like, yeah, we can come in for holidays class, she was really just talking to us three. I was like, yeah, I'll consider it. And I just never went. And it's funny. Just before we had HSC, we had the holiday classes, right? I remember Francis put us in the group chat with Alex, Tenvi, and all that. All right. And then they said, hey, you want to do this class? I'm like, yeah, I'll think about it. And I was like, yeah, let's do it Wednesday and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then I just lied and said, I got a sore throat. I don't want to get y'all sick. And Alex was like, oh, you want to boost our ASAP by getting us COVID? And I was like, for sure, bro. I mean, if you want to. I was for sure, bro. I mean, go ahead, man. I'm up for it. You know what I mean? And then this just sent us an email. It's like, I'm sorry to hear that you were ill today, but here's a copy of this. And I did do one test though. But yeah, even when they had all the holiday classes, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna study, but you know what? I don't want to be like drenched in studying and like, I don't want to be drowning in HSC and all this stress they're gonna place on us. So I'm like, music was the answer for everything. And then, speaking on Wired, like when it came to the school holidays, that's when I was like locked in, like focused, making music. And from then it was just like, it was like hours of hard work, preparation, and just creative process. And that's how Wired came to be. And like, not even then, I was also focused on, and put like, I was just trying to make clear attention of like sequencing as well. I was even focused on that. I was like, if the sequencing doesn't work, I'm like, nah, it doesn't fit. So I was like mad perfectionist on this album. So like, I really wanted to make sure this is like the best thing I drop, and that's how White came to be. And it was all fun as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all fun. It's good to make music, be honed in and focus, and take the time and effort. But it's also good to have some fun. That's when become the best material.
Like if you do if what you're doing is fun, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Like I didn't even consider like applying for jobs. Even my mom said, "Yeah, I should apply for some jobs during these holidays." I'm like, "Nah, music."
Is this my job, Mom?
Music. And even I don't know if Miss Diebel even questioned, like, I think even some people like question like, why didn't you do music in year 11? And I don't know. I think the reason why I didn't do music in year 11 was because I feel like it would probably like hinder my creative process. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's not really like the music course for HSC. It's not suited for anything that's not traditional music. Like if you're not singing or playing an instrument, like rapping, it's not
Yeah.
the most well-scaled thing because
Yeah.
it's hard for them to
Yeah,
properly
exactly.
market. So, and you definitely would have been hindered a lot.
Yeah.
So I think you
Yeah.
made the right decision.
Yeah.
You did, honestly.
Yeah, and because I mean that's no disrespect to Miss Diable and Mr. Ford. They're
No,
both
no,
amazing
no.
people,
Yeah.
especially Miss Diable.
They're
You know what I
doing
mean?
their jobs.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I just think like it might hinder my creative process because it's gonna be like, man, I want to focus on making this good album, but at the same time I gotta focus on learning how to play Jacob Collier, Collier, or like
Write a jazz piece.
yeah,
And
or like
what's a semi-brief?
semi-brief, yeah. I mean, I like chords, yeah, but I like chords.
Fair enough,
No,
like, you
yeah.
get the basics down, like with what
Yeah.
you already got. You don't need
Yeah.
much else.
And it's not to say because I'm okay with theory. I'm okay with
Yeah.
theory as
Yeah.
well. But it's just like I don't want to spend my whole time and at home just trying to work out what the chord progression is to like each song,
Exactly.
you know, or like what chord chain is it going to be, like B major or E minor, D minor sharp, you know what I mean?
The add -7
Yeah,
plus 79.
Yeah.
Move to relative minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like treble falsetto.
Triple falsetto.
Yeah. I was just so inspired just to like just play freely and just be free to what I want to
That's
do.
beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That really
That's
is.
awesome.
It may seem like I'm exaggerating, but for real, that's what I feel.
Yeah,
No,
100%. Like you
Yeah.
got that freedom. Like you're working with what you do. Did you
Exactly.
get artist block a lot? That's what I'm curious.
Artist
Like,
block.
this shit sounds really passionate to you. Like it sounds like you could just dip right back into your work whenever. Like did you ever have that like period where you just couldn't figure something
Like
out?
writer's block?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie. Yeah. I mean, right now, yes, because I'm doing nothing. and I'm literally just procrastinating,
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing
Just
nothing.
soaking in the fame and glory.
Yeah, just waiting for Christmas. See what's gonna be under my Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Cooking them brownies
We
and
got a
turkey.
new microphone in there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it, you know. But no, yeah, I definitely for sure.
Yeah.
I had a writer's block on, you know what I mean? I mean, not for like long periods of time because
Yeah.
there'll be moments where I'll probably start writing a song. I'll probably like 8 bars of a verse. But then I read it and I'm like, that's not where I want to go, and I just scrap the piece of paper all the time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be days where you're gonna go through that.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, 100%.
That's just
That's-
natural.
that's
Yeah.
natural,
Yeah.
and that's like the key. That's like an important process into
Yeah.
like evolving and establishing yourself as an artist. You know what I mean?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna go through those times. It's like when I think LeBron even said this. Jazzy. LeBron even said this. Like, yeah, I had to wear the jumper. Yeah, I think LeBron said you can't like, you won't able to you won't be able to succeed if you can't accept failure and stuff. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because I even think about that. I'm like, damn. I think about like LeBron James, like in when 2011, the Mavs, where people were like, oh man, like this ain't LeBron, this ain't the king. You know, how did Jason Terry outscore you? But then next season later, you know,
Exactly.
yeah,
There are always
back to
be
back
haters.
champs, back to back champs. So like, that's kind of like an analogy I like to put in place. So like, yeah, I've been through that a lot. It's stressful, but like,
It is, yeah.
but like the best part about it is like you're able to go through that, but that help you to lead into a stage where like, all right, now I got an idea in my head.
You see yourself come out the other end and like,
Yeah.
you come out a better person, yeah.
And even if you don't like ideas, at least try them out. You know,
Yeah.
don't waste your creative space. You know, what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
waste your creative
Yeah.
Go
ideas.
for it.
If you have a
Yeah.
creative thought in your head, put it down to paper because it may like vanish.
Yeah, it may come up
$1 million,
useful
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might vanish exit later. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, just in regards to your process of making Wired, take us through the creation of like maybe one of your songs. Like, what do you do at each step? Because I know, like, example for Legacy, you have that beautiful the intro sample.
Oh,
Like, where did you find these samples? Like, what influences those
I just
choices?
digging through YouTube, man. Digging through YouTube.
Like, yeah,
You know,
that's pretty cool.
you know how people go through like record digging. You know what I mean? Producers be like digging for
Yeah.
records. Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to do that, but on YouTube because I don't have that much money to like. I mean, now I have enough money, but like I didn't have much money to go to JB High Five and just digging through the record section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
God
it
knows
feels
they
so
are
weird
expensive,
because
man.
I love vinyls. I've been loving
Oh, dude,
vinyls.
same.
Yes.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I remember like back like a few years ago, me and RJ, we went shopping to MacArthur Square We went to JB Hi-Fi. It's just a bunch of old dudes digging for records and stuff. Meanwhile, it's just because people always talk about, this album going on SoundCloud or iTunes, Apple Music and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just two young kids just digging through records like, this David Bowie record.
You can't beat the feel of a record.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so Legacy, I can go there. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's now my favorite song on the album. Yeah, and I don't know, I think I've said it a couple times now on Snapchat and stuff. That's my, like, rapping wise, I think that's the best verse I've ever written as of now. But yeah, I started just by writing the verse, right? Because sometimes it switches, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll start off making the beat and then I'll write the lyrics. Sometimes I'll write the lyrics. But this one, I wrote the lyrics first. So how it started, I started off by first just writing the punchlines. If I can think of some good bars in my head, I'm like, let me think of like some good bars I can put into this song. Because that song is nothing much. It's just me just spitting heat. Yeah. Yeah, you know
like
what I mean?
always.
Yeah. You know, so I started writing some bars down on the top of my head, you know what I mean? And I just writing freely, you know, just think of my head, you know, like imagine. Because I, as I said before, imagination. Of course. You know, I usually rely on that. And as a lyricist, because coming from someone who takes pride in lyricism, you know, I always think about like words, you know what I mean? I just love words, you know, even though I don't read as much. I don't read as much. I just love words. I love playing on words. That's probably my favorite part when it comes to lyricists. Like, when you describe me as a lyricist, is someone, you know, I usually like rely on playing on with words, you know what I mean, or making puns.
Yeah, find that hidden magic.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I'll give you an example. When I say, if you're a Winston, you're rolling down a Churchill or something like that. I was like playing on their names like Churchill. Like, yeah, you mess with me, yeah, you're gonna go down this hill because I'm gonna lyrically murder you. So you're gonna go down like this Churchill, like a Winston, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
just playing on the words. It's not like a crazy boy. I'm like, yeah, it sounds tight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then even like the Bobby Schmurda line is like, when I say, I don't cop guns, so I just go with Bobby Schmurda, just to play on with the word Bobby Schmurda, you know what I mean? Yeah, it just go through that process, you know what I mean? And then, even then, like, at the second half of the song, Legacy, I started by saying, rappers can't contain me because this beat is bumping like acne. I was like, oh, yes, acne, yes. And then, did you catch the Steph Curry line in Legacy?
Yes. I believe so.
I believe so. When I say, like, I'm Steph as a rapper because my coach is Steph Curry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, That's it. That's it.
Curry, like, you know, great basketball player. I'm like, I want to make a basketball line, and I have a like James Harden line. You know, I got the y'all got the Euro step,
Yep.
but I bring the Harden. Like, I come in the Harden, and then I like Clyde Drexler. Y'all will collide on this Blazer like Drexler, like Clyde Drexler, Legend of the Blazers. Y'all gonna collide on this Blazer and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, but like it's just really just coming up with creative punchlines. Just started writing the best bars down that I can think of in my head. And then when it got to like to the point where I'm like, alright, I think that's enough. I just fill in the blanks basically. And yeah. And then the sample, I don't know what the sample was actually, to be honest. But like I just went digging through like soul samples. YouTube.
Yeah.
Just going through a wormhole, seeing what's the best one, and then I just found that sample, and I just put like mad drums over it, like some more boom bap drums over it, and that's how the song came to be. Yeah. Any song? You want me to do another song, or do you have more questions? But that's that. But in general, that's like
awesome.
that's how I do
That's
the rest of the
awesome, man.
songs. Just like writing the best bars down, thinking of creative sound in my head.
And then
Yeah.
making everything around that.
Yeah.
That's cool. How about so on a couple of your songs you have like some featured artists. So we've got like Young Leaves and Larry Kingsley from Godspeed and Monterey respectively. Whereabouts do you meet these guys, and how was your experience working with them? Like, did you flow well, or did you find any complications with it?
Young Leaves, Joe Wozniak. Yeah, that's what he does. Young Leaves, Larry King. But yeah, I have good chemistry with Larry. Shout out to Larry Kingsley. He's a great guy. You know, I definitely have good chemistry with Larry because I don't know if you guys know, I had a collaborative tape with him, Kingston guy. So yeah, we already know the chemistry was there. Joe, you know, he's a good guy as well. I mean, I've heard. I mean, Fung, one of my best friends, Fung, usually talks to me about Joe, saying like, you know, how he showed me a couple of his snippets on Snapchat and like some of the creative ideas he has, you know, songs he's about to release and stuff. You know, so what's funny actually, yeah, it was actually a couple days after graduation. I worked on Godspeed, and I decided maybe I should ask Joe if I wanna, work on a record. So I messaged him. I said, "Yo, you wanna do a song together?" It's like no pressure, and he said, "Yeah, for sure." Blah 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 blah. So then I started off by sending him 2 beats. One was the Godspeed beat, and the second one actually he has another song, right. I think that was the song after Energy. I sent him that beat and Godspeed, and he said he liked the beat for Godspeed. So then, as soon as he decided which beat he wanted to rap on, I immediately I just started writing. You know what I mean? Yeah, because of what I do. And I just thought of the hook in my head, and God wishing me Godspeed. God wishing me Godspeed. 10 toes on my feet, like Flash Boy, I'ma bring the heat. I was like, oh man, because I just imagine myself flowing. You know what I mean? Because it feels good when you connect with the music in a certain way. You feel a certain vibe. You sort of establish that and put it on record. So I did that, put it on paper. Once again, creative thoughts. Can't waste them. Put them on paper. Yeah. So I did Godspeed. I wrote my verse probably half an hour, and I recorded it straight away. Then I edited my vocals, engineered it, mixed, provided all the track stems and stuff, and then sent it to Joe by email. Now it wasn't like we recorded in person. I went to his house and studio. We had to go email. I had to it was more so sending my verse on email more so, because COVID. Yeah. Or I want to be secure and safe because my mom might smack me.
Nah, you gotta be safe.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And Joe started typing up his verse. He recorded it, and but what's crazy though? Godspeed was actually it was stressful a little bit because I actually made 5 versions of Godspeed. Yeah, wow. But it wasn't necessarily my verse. It most had to do with Joe's verse. Right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. Because he asked me do you want me to send the audio files to your email and then you can mix them in, or do you want me to do it? And then I said, just send me the audio file because just in case I don't want to catch COVID from you. No, but I didn't tell him that though.
But it's in your head.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no. It was in your head, not on your head.
Oh yeah.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. But yeah, then I went through this process where I'm all right. It's can you lower the volume of my ad-libs, blah, all sorts. So I all right, let me do that. Do this, send it to him again, and then we have another issue, and I'll remaster it again, send it back to him, and then he has another issue. Down to the smallest issue. He's man, this little ad-lib right here is a little too loud. I'm can you lower it down a little bit? I'm oh my god. Yeah, but I don't want to be physical and all that. I don't want to be mad. I want to be nice to him because Joe's my guy. He's a great guy. So I'm all right, I'll play nice. I'm no worries, bro. So then, yeah, basically 2 days before the album was supposed to finish, that's when we recorded. So, but it made up for a good song though, and I think that's a fan favorite. I think it's a fan favorite. Yeah, shout out to Young Leaves. It's a good song, yeah. And then Larry, Larry was pretty good as well. I sent him the beat, typical. Recorded my verse, and then he recorded his verse, and then simple. Nothing interesting, but
that's cool.
But yeah, shout out to Larry, shout out to Joe, Young Leaves, and Larry. They're both great people.
Of course.
Yeah, and hopefully I might be doing in the future. I might be doing some more material with them. So
can't wait.
Yeah.
And of course, all their socials, if you're on the YouTube link, will be down in the description. Maybe they won't be, but they're there. If you're a Spotify listener.
Yeah.
That's right, because we want you to listen to this again on YouTube after listening to it on Spotify.
That's crazy though. That's why I'm because I'm planning on getting a Spotify account in the future and stuff.
100%.
Yeah, because I need more than one platform. But then I'm so how's it gonna happen? How is it one track is gonna be popping on Spotify, but it's not gonna get that many plays on SoundCloud? Because what's crazy? When I released Converge, right?
Yeah.
Of course, people were honed in on the music video because that's the main focus. And then on, I want to say, in 2 days, the video got 188 views, right?
Nice.
But then I look on SoundCloud, it only got 11 plays. But then once Wide came out, right? The play started to increase by then. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess being on multiple platforms mean you have a more widespread reach.
Yeah,
But then you
exactly.
don't have the same amount of reach in each place
Yeah,
because
that's-
it's
Yeah.
different people that
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
It's like there's pros and cons of all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's risky, but like, yeah, man. But you gotta reach wider audiences, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
it.
like, especially
Exactly.
Spotify. Everyone's listening to Spotify.
Everyone's
Yeah.
on it.
It
Like,
definitely
giving
help.
away free
Yeah.
premium. Like, who
Yeah,
wouldn't?
yeah.
As you do.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. So it's really interesting to hear, all these stories about, how you've grown and all that stuff. So yeah, if you could please, touch on that a little bit more, like your experiences of, how you've kind of expanded your music, your audience, how has that been and how have you responded to that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that process has definitely been tough, you know what I mean? Because it's definitely hard to reach like wider audiences and in response try and get, good feedback. But like, when I first started doing the mixtape, y'all remember this one, right? The first mixtape,
yeah.
I said, oh man, those were the good old days.
OG stuff.
I remember the first 2 tapes, I just released them to the whole school. No, I think I had it on Google Drive at first.
Yeah,
and I had it on
started with Google Drive.
And I had it in the link in bio on my Instagram. And I think Jordan Brown sent it to
Yes,
the whole school.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Ah,
Yeah, Jordan Brown
I
sent
remember
it to the whole
checking my
school.
emails, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Yeah.
whole school was listening to that, really.
And I was like, man, it's crazy because I'm like, man, are people gonna be like, why is Denuwan sending a whole email? This is like did he just make like a slight error or something? I'm like, oh no, this is
He's
an album.
spitting fire?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, ever since the DM mixtape, I recorded that whole album on GarageBand. Yeah.
Nice.
And you know how GarageBand is like, the mic
yeah.
quality is
Yeah.
like
It's a
poor,
fussy son of
piss
a
poor.
Yeah, it's poor quality on that
You know what I
shit.
mean? But at the time, it sounded good. You know what I mean? I think at the time. Now it sounds trash. You know what I mean? So then, just trying to record. Because I think when I first started out, I was more so just making like more like conscious hip hop type songs because that's what I usually listen to, right? And I just because I was like mostly influenced by like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. I kind of want to be like them.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Just making music like them. But then I started to like just trying to like be more versatile, trying to be like a more all around rapper. Maybe like what? Let me like why not? I don't want to be like a one trick pony with like just one flow and stuff. You know what I mean? So why not just expand my range and just experiment and just try out new flows and new sounds and stuff. So that came around maybe with the second tape, the self-titled Denuwan tape. That one was slightly better than the end tape,
Yeah.
and at the time it was good. Now it's trash. Now it's trash. But I want to say like, I think once Notorious, that's where the evolution like really started. That's when I'm like, all right, like I'm fully evolving into my own. I'm fully transforming. Like now I'm doing like I'm not just doing conscious boom bap type songs. I'm doing trap bangers. You know what I mean? And playing with different flows.
Well, yeah, that's awesome because I was like just leading into what we would like to touch on.
Oh, we go ahead.
Yeah, because like we're really interested in like hearing, how you started and all that stuff. But I guess for our viewers, like what have the newest heights that you've recently reached? What does that look like for you? And how has that experience been? Especially hearing, the ground roots where you've recently come from with the first mixtape. Like, what's that been like?
Hasn't felt the top king.
Yeah. Honestly, man, it's been amazing. Honestly, man, reason because I just love the fact that even though I sometimes there've been days like, man, I wish I did not drop that DM mixtape because then people will trash me about it, right? Because I have people that say, look, man, even today, like once the Converse video came out, it's like, man, Denuwan, your past projects have been trash, but this might be your best song. Best song. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. You know what I mean? About goddamn time. About goddamn time, right? And then, yeah. But yeah, it's been amazing, just the heights I have, explored, and just as an artist, just evolving,
seeing your craft
becoming
grow
my
like
own.
that.
Because I feel like now I'm just starting to become my own. Like, I feel like growing up when the DEM mixtape came out, I feel like I was trying too hard to sound like Earl Sweatshirt and Kendrick Lamar in one. Like, have like super complex lyricism and like super complex rhyme schemes, but then also playing with different flows like Kendrick Lamar does it. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just be myself for once. You know what I mean? Let me like create a sound for myself. So you know, I feel like it started around when I did Notorious.
Yeah.
Once again, Notorious is not on SoundCloud no more because whatever, for some reasons. But you know, I feel like I deleted Notorious because of why? Because I'm like, I feel like Notorious was cool. Like that album introduced and represented me, you know, kind of like starting to like grow as an artist. You know what I mean? You know how in the business life cycle you have the establishment stage. No. You have the establishment stage and then the growth stage and then
Maturity, decline,
maturity,
yeah.
the post maturity. Yeah. Shout out to Miss Owen.
You're like, should I say her full name or just her name?
Yeah.
I can't say the full name, but man.
On screen.
Yeah. Yo, where's the teleprompter? I can try. I don't know what's difficult to spell. Giannis Antetokounmpo. But no. Yeah. I feel like Wide. I feel like listening to Wide. I listen to it and I'll be honest. Like I listen to Wide now. I'm like, this is probably the first album I can say I can truly listen to back and forth, and I can be proud. Like
That's awesome.
because listening to the DN, the Denuwan, and Taurus, I'm listening to those projects. I'm like, these did not age well. These did not age well. But then listening to Wide, I'm like, yo. I mean, I'll be honest. Like even Wide, there are like little parts on Wide. I feel like I could have done better, but hey, it's still good. But either way, it's like I feel like I can start to grow from this up.
Yeah. Like your craft is at a different level now.
Yeah.
A new legacy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. DN is back. I'm floating through streams into find a new legacy. Yeah.
It's awesome to hear about your growth, man. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that's basically where it started.
Once again, on SoundCloud, links.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Stream Wide on wait, no.
Yeah.
Coming to Spotify soon.
Yes, come to Spotify soon.
Put that shit on repeat. Let's
Yeah. Link in bio. Click the link. Yeah.
Obviously, immediately after you watch this episode of the End of Our Spurs
Yeah.
check out our guy Denuwan.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please
Put
do.
him on repeat. You know?
It means
you
a lot.
listen to us for an hour, so listen to him for at least an hour. You know,
Indeed.
as you do.
Yes.
Bam.
Right,
Okay, wait. Before we start, we're almost on, by the way. My laptop's about to die. I'm looking, I'm like, oh fuck, 50%.
Whoa, hold on. Take a photo of the picture. Take a photo. Oh, no, you got it. Oh, Calan saved the day. Oh.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, he's got the extension
Okay.
as well.
That's right.
Where's
For the viewers
This
listening
one,
below,
yeah.
Calan just pulled out
Take
our
that as-
Deus Ex Machina. Got the charger here.
Just if you guys wondering, his laptop was about to die.
Yeah.
Sorry, just
We're
some
about to go
technical
through like a mental
difficulties.
crisis, but then Calan
I
saved the
was like,
day.
if this,
He got his charger out.
Okay.
He
Tell me
lifted
if
up.
it's charging.
Yeah.
Is it going?
she's charging.
That's right.
Thank you for staying with us, everyone. Thank you very much.
Calan lifted up the charger like it was Thor's hammer. He just saved the day, man.
Just pulled a He-Man. By
Save
the
the
power of Grayskull.
Yeah, man.
For all our geeks out there, we love pop culture.
Saved the day like Tracy McGrady scoring 13 points in like 33 seconds. There we go. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coming in with the clutch.
Yes.
The clutch.
Came in the clutch. Yes.
Oh yeah.
If you guys know basketball, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Jaden's your go-to.
Yeah, Jaden, you're one man.
For our b-ball fans.
Yes.
All right.
We
So.
cater to all audiences here.
One day we'll record that so you lot can see what happens as it happens live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One day.
Not now, you know. Like I'm too beautiful. Like your eyes, like the full
Yeah.
audience with all set of
But
flame.
stay tuned for that. You never
Do
know.
stay tuned in the far future.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We should have just like got like some crazy arrangement of strings as soon as we Josh and I, like you know what I mean, like some epic Star Wars orchestration, mad strings and like French horns, like boom boom.
Oh yes. When our budget increases, we
And
will
Calan
have
looks
some
at the charts
things.
like ah.
Oh yeah, no. So like when you're writing, like especially with Wired, like obviously you're looking inward for inspiration. Like you're looking at yourself. It's your legacy. It's who you want to be remembered. But like, what are you looking up to? Like, what's ahead of you? Like, what artists? Or, like, is there even an individual song or like just something real small, like a beat? Like, what was your external inspiration for a lot of this?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm in terms of inspirations. I tell you like
Hey,
For the audio listeners, Jay's gone ahead and got ourselves a group photo.
what's
Yeah,
up?
yes.
I'm in the photo. I'm in the photo.
Just a second. Hey, sit on my lap, Jen.
Hey.
Sick.
Sweet.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that.
All good.
Say the question
Yeah,
again.
Darla's like the mum of the group. She'll take photos at every point.
Nah, you said who are like my inspirations
Yeah,
like
go
growing up?
ahead.
Yeah. By the way, made another bar with Legacy. Yeah, made another bar. I don't know people, but yeah.
On SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud, yeah. Music wise, some of my biggest inspirations growing up. I guess my biggest inspiration musically is Kanye West. I mean, you guys know me on Snapchat, Instagram. I sublime my love for Kanye. You know, even last year I said I think my top artist of the decade on Spotify is Kanye West. So there you go. Yeah, you know, and yeah, you know, Kanye West is definitely my inspiration because he's like an all around artist. I feel like he's the most unique artist in hip hop overall. Yeah, and like, you know, and like every project he comes out, it's always something new. Like he's such a unique artist. Like you like soul music, listen to College Dropout. Yeah, you like, you know, if you like more orchestral live type music,
He's got you covered.
Late Registration. And then if you like more synth driven electronic type music, you got you know, Graduation and all sorts.
Exactly.
And then 808s and Heartbreak, you know, more R&B soulful, Yeezus more experimental, dubstep. Not dubstep, sorry, EDM, European. And if you like a little bit of everything, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, you know what I mean? But Kanye West is definitely mine.
Yeah, if you're gonna get high listening to something, pull up Kanye.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
Yeah, man, just if you ever feel drowsy, just listen to Power in like all the lights. Yeah. But yeah, Kanye West is definitely my biggest inspiration musically, you know what I mean? And then, you know, two of my favorite rappers of all time, Nas and Jay-Z, you know. Nas, my favorite rap album of all time is Illmatic. Is you know what I mean? Like just the lyricism, the storytelling. Like I'm like, damn, this is thought provoking. This is genius at its finest. You know what I mean? You know, and Jay-Z is one of my favorite rappers too. You know what I mean? Like and I feel like Jay-Z's a very underappreciated as a lyricist too. Jay-Z, he's like his intricacies. Damn, that's all I have to say. His intricacies and like the way he plays with words and just like how we like make songs in general is like inspires me so much because I listen to like I listen to the documentary Fade to Black, which is the process of him making the Black album, which is my favorite Jay-Z album, by the way. He talks about like he'll think of a beat and he'll be like freestyling in his head, you know, just he'll have like bars written in his head and he'll just go in the booth, and it's just amazing. I'm like, wow, like crazy. You know what I mean? And like Jay-Z's definitely. There's other rappers I love, like Outkast, Andre 3000, like Black Thought from the Roots, you know, Biggie, you know, MF Doom. Yeah, a lot of rappers I love. And even like outside, Stevie Wonder, you know, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, like, you know what I mean? Aretha Franklin. Yeah. So like, I just love music.
And just one more thing as well, especially considering how this year has gone for everyone. Just wanted to know, like, what has 2020 done for you? You know?
Man, can I tell you, 2020 has been a great year, but it's been like, here's how I would describe 2020, right? It's like when you're excited to get like a chocolate milkshake, and you're excited,
Here we go.
and then when you drink the chocolate milkshake, you drink it, but for some reason it's watered down. That's how I would describe 2020. But man, 2020's been a weird year, man, honestly.
It has been.
But honestly, for me, I mean, it's been weird because you know, Corona and all that spreading towards, and now we got to be serious. We need to like take into consideration, you know, everyday typical hygiene practices, which we should be doing every day. I don't know.
Really, like, honestly, the fact that only now, like, people...
Yeah, exactly,
like,
it's
even
weird.
Places are just being cleaned up now. Like, they never cleaned up, like,
Yeah.
trays. And
Yeah, it's so
when
weird.
they stop
And
at
the
the station,
normalization
people
of
go
masks.
through and, like...
Yeah.
Like it's so easy. Just
Yeah.
tap on the sub bar, wash your hands,
Yeah.
Exactly.
call it a day.
5 seconds and you're good.
Yeah, but it's been a weird year for sure. You know what I mean? Then we had to go through lockdown process, quarantine learning, and I know for a lot of people actually, it's been difficult. You know, it's definitely been, you know, affecting on a negative standpoint, you know, our studies. Honestly, for me though, I'm gonna go front. When I first found out we were doing quarantine learning, I was kind of hyped because I'm like, yeah, it's a holiday for me.
School, let's get it.
Yeah, and it was crazy as well. You know how we all have those Zoom calls and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't attend some of the Zoom calls.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Teachers usually say they usually say yeah, follow your school timetable. I just did the work straight up and just call it a day.
Yeah.
I just did the work straight away.
You do you.
Yeah, I just did all the work in the morning and just chilled in the afternoon.
100%.
Yeah,
I
and
just
then
chilled the entire day.
and yeah, you know what's funny as well? Alex Matron, apparently, whenever he had the Zoom call, we would just sleep. Yeah.
Really?
I remember him telling me that in English. He was like, yeah, the Zoom calls, I just slept. I'm like, man, I wish I was like him. I wish I was like him, man. But it's been fun though. You know why? Because at first it was fun because I'm like, yeah, we had school, extra holiday, you know.
Yeah.
And during the quarantine time, I was also working on Wired.
Yeah.
So that was another point as well. But then I'll be honest, later on, once it got after a few weeks and stuff, I was like, man, I'm gonna kind of miss our grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. But then I found out, we come back to school, and I was like, oh. It's like it speaks feelings then. But but yeah, I mean, hey, I just want to say, hey, congratulations to everyone in our grade and everyone studying. Because I mean, hey, we've been through it. Yeah, so
We go through it and
yeah,
we off.
be proud of yourselves, man. We've been through it, and we succeeded, and then hey, we're the champions.
Hey,
We're the
that's
champions.
it.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were a bit of an outlier. We still came up on top from previous years.
Yeah, exactly.
Results,
Yeah.
exactly. We still peaked.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
all this shit.
even though damn, we didn't do Champagne Day. That was the biggest disappointment, Champagne Day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even though last year didn't go so great because the performance. I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a song written to do on Champagne Day
Oh,
for you guys, the Utah grade.
oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
man.
for real. I had a cool song written for the Utah grade. I'm
That
like,
would have been awesome, yeah.
They honestly.
I was like, man, for real.
This institute loves to just shit on you for.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, yeah, man, quarantine quit Coachella. Coachella. Man, yeah, man. I was supposed to go to Backstreet Boys in May, but then quarantine happened.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn.
I was like, that's so hype. Yeah, so hype. Man, it's crazy.
Absolutely does. I mean, honestly, 2020, that's behind you now. We're
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
Of course.
We're coming off the crop, coming off the cream of the crop. We're gonna go through Christmas, get the fucking presents under the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's 2021 looking for you? 2022, where are we headed for? What are you looking at?
Just working, really, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just working, improving at this point and just trying to continue to make a name for myself.
Oh, yeah.
And just working. I'm planning on just doing music videos for Wide.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
So so stay tuned for that. You can also follow me on YouTube, by the way. So just type in my name,
Yeah.
Denuwan.
We'll add that to the
Denuwan.
description. Yeah.
Denuwan Panapiti.
Yeah, there we go.
Or just search up Denuwan Converge and then just subscribe from there.
Once
Yeah.
again, all the links in the description.
Yeah, there we go.
So that you get notified the moment that this man starts pumping out more gold for your
Exactly.
ears.
Just post the SoundCloud 10 times in the bio.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Post them
Exactly.
to yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, those are my plans. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I believe we have a sponsor for today's episode, though.
Ooh la
listeners,
la.
if you weren't aware.
Yes.
Please, we'll just cut to that sponsorship message right now.
so for today's episode, we're sponsored by the one and only Brandon's Butchers, a local butchery dedicated to providing you with the most quality meats, vegetables, and eggs.
Did you just
Specifically
say
eggs.
vegetables and eggs at a butchery?
Exactly. Hey,
Wow,
we don't
that's
just butcher animals here. We butcher the vegetables, the crops. We. Oh my god.
So what you're telling me is that this place is not only friendly for carnivores such as myself, but vegans and
Oh,
vegetarians?
Dude, definitely.
We love that.
Well,
We love
to
that.
all my fellow carnivores out there, hunting grounds are available at Brander's Butchers and Co. That's right, you can go there, get your meats, and kill a vegan or two while you're at it.
Lovely.
It's absolutely.
Lovely.
Don't you love it when a business just provides everything you need?
exactly.
It gives you all the food you could ever want, the best
We-
cuts out there.
We are definitely eco-friendly.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, kill the animals with love and everything, not the vegetables. Vegetables can go die in a fire.
Exactly.
So you telling me we have to do the uppercut on the animal with chickens,
Yeah.
100%.
elbow in the neck. That's gangster, bro.
You don't want to see that place at Boxing Day.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
So,
Black Friday either.
so what's it called? Brandon's Butchers.
Yeah, Brandon's
Brandon's
Butchers. You can find us
Totally
locally.
legit business.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah,
legit.
Definitely.
A business that exists.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll pay you to kill the animals.
Yeah, exactly. And does that include vegans? Like, are they listed as a subsidy of animals?
Look, we can't publicly state that.
No, this
Alright.
there's gonna be like
Is
a
it in
whole
the fine
process.
print
The
then?
lawyers are in the corner shaking their heads, so I don't think you should answer that.
Hi,
Yeah,
Jim.
yeah.
Jim's our lawyer. Jim's great.
Jesus is in front, bro.
Hey, I did that too.
Jesus, yeah. He can back us up on this
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Like, God's obviously promoted the killing of a lot of people that go against him.
Perfect Godspeed.
Like short people, probably.
Oh.
I'm sure
my
that's
God.
happened at some
I'm
point.
shaking right now.
It's okay. You're relatively tall compared to a biblical individual of like 20 decades ago.
Well, that's a relief.
I'd say so. They're all short,
Oh.
probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And, okay, I guess just as a final closing question, just for some fun. You have any ghost stories? Interesting dreams?
Oh man. Oh. Actually, you know what? Let me think.
Oh my god, he's got a whole
Fair
arsenal of
enough.
stuff.
Fair enough.
Oh, no, wow.
No, it's crazy. I have weird dreams, bro. I have
man.
so many weird dreams.
Don't worry, I understand. Me too.
Like,
yeah.
like specifically ghost stories.
If you want, you,
Oh, I
you
mean-
could do funny dreams if you want. Yeah.
I don't know if I mean, sometimes I can sort of like sense there's a ghost, but
Oh.
I'm not
damn.
fully convinced of myself. Cause sometimes I'll be walking down the streets, I will hear like a little creak. I'm like,
Yeah.
like oh, but yeah, I have weird dreams. You have those weird dreams where you're in like a very like horrific situation where someone's like chasing you, and you try to run, but you
Yeah.
can't run fast.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
all the
those are
time.
the worst.
All the time, yeah.
If
Sometimes
you're
I'll-
trying to run, you're running in like slow motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
like
I
those.
normally run anyways.
Like it's so weird because those type of dreams kind of make me like contemplate life. They make me contemplate life.
You
I'm
can't
like,
go a day without a little bit of existential crisis.
exactly,
Oh,
bro.
of course,
Exactly.
Of course.
Everything is the paranormal
Existential
activity.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Damn.
This is true.
Well then,
Yeah, right.
we have one final question.
Oh, here we go.
Any last words?
I was
ready for
he
this.
made,
I
he
was
made
ready
the
for
link in
this.
his head. He was
I was
like,
waiting for this. I was waiting for this. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Buckle up. Buckle up.
Make them good ones.
We're killing him after this, by the way. Like,
Yeah,
these
definitely.
are your last
You'll
These
never
are
see
literally
him
his
again.
last
Hold on. Let me say something. Let me think about it. All right.
His SoundCloud will still be active after his death. Like, don't worry.
Okay. Damn, this is. Okay. I need to like end this on a high note.
Exactly.
It's been a great podcast. So
Hey, man. Yeah,
However
you've
you
been
wanna
an
close
amazing
it.
It's
guest.
real
Yeah.
spicy.
we love you.
If everyone else is half as good as you, like this,
Yeah.
Okay. We're to chase our mission as we pick our pieces. We Catholics die in the blood of Jesus. I guess I need an antidote that can help me cope this feeling. I'm so immune under my shelter. I need the penicillin. This is like a gift and a curse. The end's the best. Those are my last words.
Thank you, Denuwan, for being with us today.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, second verse.
They call me the Joker, but I ain't the liar. I'm here to start a fire. I'm here to be the best. So chop my album. It's named Wyatt.
There we go, everyone.
Once again, links to Denuwan's various socials and SoundCloud, especially down in the description below. Thank you for tuning in to Any Last Words podcast, and those were the last words.
The last words.
Those were Denuwan's last words.
You'll never hear from him again.
Okay,
Yeah.
Until you do.
Jake, bring him in. Jake's coming in now with the axe.
Thank you,
sorry,
Jake.
Denuwan.
We'll send you over to Brandon's Butchers.
Yeah, get
Very
this.
well.
Cut me some like fried chicken and then maybe like a slice of lamb.
We will make sure to
exactly.
serve you with
Definitely.
some
Yeah,
lamb.
final meal complimentary with your final words.
Exactly.
There you go.
Lovely.
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming.
Have a lovely day.